Good afternoon from an overcast, rainy, a little more than just drizzly day here in Southern California. Good afternoon and welcome from Seal Beach, California. I'm LJ with today's adventure stop here at Chick-Fil-A. As of today's video date, Monday, February 26, 2024. Are you ready for today's food adventure? Come on, let's go. So originally I was just gonna go through the drive-thru here, but it's such a mess that people are cutting in front of each other and all sorts, like I'm about to get run over right now. And yeah, people just really don't have any patience or anything here in California, let me tell you. All right, let's head inside. So yeah, we made it here one piece. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, this drive-thru has technically one entry point, but there's a way you can cut through on the other side. And yeah, people just don't have patience around here, so they're cutting in front of each other. And so I thought I'm just gonna go inside in far back corners, like where I'm at right now, so I can have a little peace and privacy. So on today's Chick-Fil-A mukbang, kind of a little more life update. So it's kind of funny, I woke up this morning and I got an email from a company. I kind of, without getting too much into what I do, actually I kind of do high-end specialized security. Sorry, sir, it's not my order. I know. No worries. All right, so where was I? So without getting too much into what I do, it's kind of specialized high-end security that requires a lot of specialized certifications, both with the state and kind of internally recognized within the industry, and also with the federal government as well. So yeah, it's kind of weird and specialized. So there's a high demand for what I do. Insert the Marsha clip here.
Sure, Jan.
Okay, so it's funny, I applied to a kind of specialized security position a couple weeks ago, and I randomly got an email this morning that said, oh, we'd like to hire you, and this is your offer. Like, what? So I never got an interview for this place. They never met me, but here they are. Based on qualifications, I actually got an offer, and it's legit because I filled out the W-4 and the I-9 paperwork and the background consent questionnaire and everything else. So literally I'm as good as hired, but they never met me. It's kind of crazy. So that adds what, number 5 now? Five part-time jobs. You know, it's great if I can just have one steady, regular full-time job with good benefits and everything else, but it pays pretty well. So, oh, here we go.
Yeah, awesome. Should be more like it.
Yes, let's see. Side salad. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Let's see. So we have something a little more healthier, a side salad. There you go. For the thumbnail, of course. Decided to go with, well, it already comes with the charred tomato and bell pepper bits. I decided to go with the light balsamic vinaigrette, which has only 80 calories. I'm trying to eat a little bit better here. And I do like the tanginess of like the Italians or like the vinaigrettes. And of course I had to kind of balance it out with a bit of mac and cheese. And then also I went a little on the healthier option and decided to go with the grilled chicken with lettuce and tomato. Okay, and I see that he didn't bring me my buffalo sauce, so I'll be right back. And can I have one buffalo sauce, please? One buffalo sauce, please. Yes. All right, in business, we have our zesty buffalo sauce, which is one of my favorites. All right. So let's go ahead and tip this down here. Top the salad with those crispy bits. Balsamic vinaigrette. My other option that I enjoy is also Italian. It's kind of a lot of food. It was $17.51. Had a gift card for $10. So I only paid $7 for it because I do like a deal. Get a little bit of the tomato in there, some of this lettuce. Pretty good. I like how the greens are nice and fresh in here. There's no wilted ends. It's a mix of like, I want to say arugula, romaine. They skipped on the iceberg, which is nice because I don't really enjoy crunchy water, right? Adds a little bit more depth to the salad itself. The tomatoes are nice and sweet, and I never really liked tomatoes by itself like that before until recently, but your tastes change over time. Nice, and those dried roasted peppers and whatnot. Adds like a barbecuiness to it. Pretty good. Next, mac and cheese. Let's check that out. Looks creamy. I can tell by the texture already with the fork going in that it's nice and al dente. It's the first time I've had mac and cheese from Chick-Fil-A. You gotta try this as a side. Definitely worth it. I think this cup was like $3.39 or something. Has a little bit of the crispiness, which I like there, the little dried bits on there. Deliciousness. This is like way better than the barbecue places I've had recently. Good and creamy. Give this a try. And of course, the sandwich, grilled chicken, and I have to put a little bit of the zesty buffalo on there. Got to peel that back like that without spilling it. Like to drizzle it on there just like that. First bite. No wonder they're successful. Good flavor, pretty healthy for the most part. Good quality ingredients, fresh tomato, fresh lettuce. That bun, slightly toasted, but still on the squishy side. So yeah, again, as an update, I just came from the storage unit. I have to work overnight tonight, a graveyard. I know, it's horrible, but it is what it is. It's hard for me to say no to work, so if someone says, hey, I need you, I usually go. Has a slight sweetness to it. I enjoy that. It's a good salad. Do you think it's kind of weird? I don't really think it's weird. I'm pretty used to it now too. Whereas I'm sitting in this restaurant in this corner. Some people are looking at me like, oh, what's this guy doing? Talking to the camera, talking to himself. When you think about it, I'm actually having an audience of anywhere from 60 to 10,000 that are here joining me on today's adventure. Which reminds me, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Do me a favor and subscribe down below. Give this video a nice like and thumbs up, and take it one step further and turn on notifications to find out when the next video drops. So now, this is definitely worth it. I was a little surprised coming in here with the traffic situation being pretty much high noon at lunchtime, that it would be a catastrophe with the chaos ensuing. Little bits of cheese in here too, I just noticed. Nice. Decided to go with a cup of water today. And it's kind of funny, when we make these videos, we have different inspirations that inspire us, of course. I talk a little bit about Adam the Woo. I also like the Trackers and Justin Scard, you know, the locals here that do a lot of Disney stuff, and also in Florida. More on that sandwich there. I've met Nate with Paging Mr. Morrow back in the day when he was very small. So it's kind of funny having this YouTube community where you kind of do similar things. This mac and cheese is totally legit. This stuff is good. Very creamy. Probably fake cheese in there, probably pasteurized processed cheese, but tasty. Other channels that I enjoy watching are All You Can Vegas. They were good inspirations of mine. I'm doing Las Vegas food adventures. But actually, another good inspiration of mine is an older gentleman who lives in, I think, Tennessee. Goes by Feature Man. It's kind of crazy. I stumbled across his channel one day, and just turns out he's done a lot of work here in Hollywood back in the day. He was done a lot of extra work. He had a couple kind of semi-main roles, but a lot of extra work. But here he is in his maybe late 80s, early 90s. Eats very simple foods and kind of talks like what we do and explains what he's done in the past. It's really cool stories. And I gotta say, growing up, I had a lot of fun things that we used to do in our backyard also. Growing up in a little backyard in Long Beach. In Long Beach, California, we had what was called the shotgun house. And it's where basically if you shot into the house, you have a pretty good chance of hitting someone because they're very long and narrow. It's just the way they made them. But lived across the street from a little bar in North Long Beach. Not a great area, still is not a great area. But a lot of my time was spent in the backyard, playing with my dog, and making up funny, weird things, like riding on my little tricycle and making stop signs and roads and yields and curves and whatnot out of chalk on the ground. Good tomato. Back to the mac and cheese. And we used to have a garden back there. I like those little crispy bits in there. They add a lot of flavor. But spend a lot of time in the backyard playing with like Star Wars toys, growing vegetables. It's funny, my dog had a little black and white mixed sheep dog. Not the smartest dog, but very good dog. Lived to 21 and a half years. Very old dog. He was passed away when I was 18, but we got him when he was already 3.5 years old. Lived a very long time. Used to catch the gophers in the backyard and leave them by the doorstep, be all proud of, oh, look what I did. I caught all these for you. Aren't I a good boy? And he didn't really like to go on walks at all until he was older. And then he was calm enough to where he can walk around the neighborhood. So he used to love to walk around neighborhoods in Orange County later in life. But his name was Chico. He came with Chico, and then also nicknamed him Coco. But he ate pedigree mealtime, you know, the cheapest dog food you can buy. And he ate scraps, and he ate like carrots out of the garden. He'd pull them up and eat those, and he'd eat tomatoes and watermelon and all sorts of things. You'd have like old leftover soup. You just put the pot out there, and he'd eat the whole thing and kind of work around the bones and whatever and leave those. And yeah, he's a very good dog. But yeah, those are some of my best memories growing up as a kid in North Long Beach, in a not so great area. So my plans next, I have a little bit more to move. I have a couple more nights at the old studio, the OC rental. Cricket, my cat. I'm gonna drop him off for a couple days for a sitter while I work overnights. And then still debating whether I'm gonna make the move over to Las Vegas with him. I also thought about another idea. I don't know what you guys think about this, but I thought about van lifing it. And so it's been on my mind. I've been looking at trailers. I've been going back and forth between the Mercedes, Recon, which is the Pleasure Way, which is kind of a stripped down version. Not as expensive. They run about $130,000, but found a way you can kind of build your own and get a cargo van and kind of build your own for way, way less. So what do you guys think of that? Of course, you're invited to come along on those YouTube adventures. Wouldn't that be rad though? To van life it between my work locations, and eventually hopefully all across the country. Just an idea. I have lots of ideas. I don't know if all of them go through, but I have lots of ideas. Well, with that said, I still have quite a bit of food I'm going to finish up, and this can go on, and I love to talk to you guys, and thanks for joining me again on these adventures. But I think I'm going to wrap this up, and that's going to do it. So hey, if you like today's video, give it a nice like and thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Do me a favor and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next adventure.